Digital transformation, you hear that phrase everywhere, right? It's supposed to be this magic bullet that makes companies faster, smarter, more competitive. But there's a huge gap between the promise and what actually happens. So today, we're going to dive into why that is. I mean, think about it. Companies are pouring millions, sometimes billions, into new software, AI, and all this fancy tech. And yet, so many of these huge projects just fizzle out. They don't deliver. So what's going on? What is the secret ingredient that some companies have and others are just missing? Well, let's put a number on it. A fascinating study looked at Malaysia's manufacturing sector and found that only 11% of companies have actually truly transformed their business processes. Just 11%. Think about that for a second. That's a pretty staggering failure rate. And this chart just lays it all out, plain and simple. While only that tiny 11% have really made the leap, you've got a whopping 55% admitting they don't even have an integrated strategy. And get this, 91% are still just dipping their toes in the water, stuck in the very early stages. This isn't just a minor hiccup. This is a massive failure to launch. So this huge gap is what we can call the digital dilemma. And by digging into this case study from Malaysia's manufacturing industry, we can actually uncover a blueprint that really applies to just about anyone trying to make this transformation work. So why is this gap so big? Well, according to the research, it's not some big mystery. It all comes down to a really powerful framework that splits the whole challenge into two very distinct but deeply connected parts. All right, let's break this down. The first part is what the researchers call the sensing foundation. The easiest way to think about this is, do you have the right stuff, the raw ingredients? It's all about having the right tools and resources to even get started. So, the official definition of sensing capabilities is an organization's ability to kind of scan the horizon, to spot new opportunities out there and recognize potential threats coming from the digital world. It's about having your radar on 24/7. So what does that radar actually consist of? Well, the study boils it down to three really concrete things. First, human resources. Do you have people who actually have the right digital skills? Second, financial resources. Pretty straightforward. Do you have the money to invest? And third, technological resources. Do you have access to the actual hardware and software you need? To make this super simple, let's use an analogy. Think of sensing as owning a beautiful, high-performance race car. You've got the powerful engine, the best fuel, all the advanced tech. You have all the potential in the world to win the race. But just owning the car isn't enough, is it? And that brings us to the second, and you could argue, the more important part of the puzzle, the seizing catalyst. This is where all that potential gets turned into actual performance. It's not about what you have, it's all about what you can do with it. Officially, seizing capabilities are about being able to mobilize your resources to actually capture the value from those opportunities you sensed. In other words, it's your ability to act, to execute, to actually make something happen. And just like sensing, seizing is built on three key drivers. But notice how different these are. First, change management. Can you actually manage a huge shift without everything falling apart? Second, employee attitude. Are your people excited and on board, or are they digging their heels in? And finally, organizational culture. Do you have a place that actually encourages new ideas and learning? These are all about the people. Okay, let's put these side by side because this is really the heart of it all. Sensing is the what, the stuff you can buy, like tools and capital. Seizing is the how, the culture, the mindset, the leadership. And here's the crucial difference. You can buy the what, but you have to build the how. Let's go back to our race car. Seizing is having that world-class driver who knows how to handle the car at top speed. It's the pit crew that can change 4 tires in under 2 seconds. You can have the best car on the planet, but without that skilled team to operate it, you're not even going to finish the race, let alone win it. You need both. So that's the big takeaway right there. You need the car and the crew. It's only when you get sensing and seizing working together that you finally unlock the real prize, the real payoff of all this digital transformation stuff. So the path to getting real results suddenly becomes incredibly clear. Step 1, get the right tools, the funding, the skilled people. That's your sensing. Step 2, build a culture that knows how to use all that stuff effectively. That's your seizing. And only then, only when you do both, do you get to step 3, the good stuff, like better efficiency and more innovation. Now check this out. This diagram from the study really puts it all together. Over on the left, you've got your sensing capabilities, your resources. But notice, there's no direct line from there to the results. No, those resources have to flow through the seizing capabilities in the middle. Your culture, your change management, that part acts like a catalyst, turning raw potential into real-world outcomes on the right. And what are those big payoffs? Well, the study shows they fall into two main buckets. First, improved efficiency, basically doing what you already do, but doing it better, faster, and cheaper. And second, increased innovation, the ability to come up with completely new ideas, new products, and new ways of doing business. So if you only take one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this. Success here is not a vending machine. You can't just put money in and expect amazing technology to come out and fix everything. It's about building the human systems, the culture, the leadership, the mindset, to actually put that technology to good use. That's the difference between the 11% who get it right and everyone else. And that really leaves us with one final critical question to think about. Look at your own company, your own team. Are you just good at sensing, at buying the latest and greatest tech? Or are you truly built to seize, with the culture and the agility to turn all those shiny tools into a real game-changing advantage? The answer to that question might just determine your future.